Welcome to today's podcast. We are going to be talking about books that we have read and loved. We will be comparing and seeing how we feel about each other's book.
Hey, my name is Dakshesh Cheepuru. I'm a freshman in Eden High School. I love playing both soccer, volleyball, running on the track, and playing the violin.
And my name is G, and I will be the other speaker in today's podcast, where I am also a freshman in Eden Prairie High School, where I'm a part of many extracurriculars like speech and debate. And something that I share in common with Dakshesh is we are both in the same English class and love reading. And now we're just going to go introduce our books. Dakshesh, go ahead.
The book I read is one of my favorite books of all time. It's called Little Woman by Louisa Alcott. This book is about women's struggle between family duty and personal growth.
Yeah, that sounds like a great book. My book is called The Scythe, and this is honestly one of the most interesting books I've read. The author of this book is Neal Shusterman, and the book is really cool and talks about scythes and humans. And the coolest part is how the setting plays a crucial role in the book.
Yeah, G, that sounds like a good book. But I really want to start us off, so I'll give an overview of my book first.
Please, yeah, go ahead.
Little Woman is the best book I've read. It has a variety of emotions. Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott is a classic book that was set in the 1950s, which follows the lives of four sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy March, as they navigate the challenges of growing up in Concord, Massachusetts during the Civil War. The book is autobiographical, with Alcott drawing heavily on her experiences and family life. Meg is the oldest and responsible sister. Jo is the tomboyish and ambitious writer. Beth is the shy and musical sister, and Amy is the youngest and artistic sister. Through, through a series of events, the sisters learn about love, loss, and sisterhood as they grow and mature into young women. Meg finds happiness in her marriage and children. Jo finds happiness in her writing, teaching, and Mr. Bear. Beth overcomes her shyness and befriends Mr. Lawrence. Finally, Amy learns humility and finds joy in her art and her marriage to Laurie. The novel explores themes such as gender roles, family dynamics, and the importance of education and self-improvement. It has become a beloved classic and has been adapted into numerous films, plays, and other works of literature.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good book, Dakshash. But one question that I had is you listed a lot of characters. Who would be one of your favorite characters from the book?
Oh, it definitely is Jo. Jo has always been my favorite character. She made use of all the advantages that were given to her, including her good appearances and charm, youth, artistic mind, and good manners to her advantage. She has fulfilled all of her ambitions by the time Little Woman ends. Okay, now that you have heard my book, I really want to know about yours.
Yeah, okay. My book is in a future world and is a dystopian novel set in a world where death is not a thing and the human population has been controlled by a group called the Scythes. And these people are extremely powerful. And in this world, in this society, Scythes are responsible for just randomly choosing people and pretty much controlling them to prevent overpopulation. The story follows two teenagers, Citra and Rowan, who are chosen to become a part of the Scythe's family and take their power. And as they train and learn the ways of the Scythe, they discover that not all Scythes follow the same moral code, and some use their power for personal gain or pleasure. And Citra and Rowan must navigate their world while trying to uphold their own beliefs and their own values. So this is why this book is so cool, because you can see contrast and contradictions between the characters and the sites. And the book also sees themes like power, morality, and the value of life, and is just a great book. And that kind of relates to your book as well.
Okay, what is something that you feel truly shows the differences between humans and sites?
I think something that really shows the differences are emotions, because humans rather follow these emotions than laws, while sites follow these laws they're bound to. But the thing is, some sites differ, and that's why the book is so good, because you can't really predict the next and the past. And something that we do need to realize is that everyone can be a good and a positive soul. And with that, I think we both know what both of our books talk about. We can just move on and discuss more specific parts of the book and talk about our favorite passages from the book. And you can start us off, Dakshash.
One of my favorite passages, I don't know how long it will last, but I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship. I really like this passage because life is full of storms. It is your response to each storm that determines where you'll eventually end up.
Wow, Dakshash, that's a really strong quote. My favorite passage from my book was My greatest wish for humanity is not for peace or comfort or joy. It is that we all still die a little inside every time we witness the death of another. For only the pain of empathy will keep us human. There's no version of God that can help us if we ever lose that. And this is from page 388. And I love this quote because it really demonstrates the theme of this book, specifically talks about the differences of emotions of the humans in Scythe. It also shows something that stands true to me in real life because I feel that it talks about how you need to truly stay connected with your emotions, and that's really important when it comes to life. And this also kind of foreshadows how sites follow their laws differently from how they're expected to.
That's a great quote. I think I might like yours more than mine. Now let's move and really involve the audience and tell them why we think that should read these books.
Yeah, you can start us off.
Okay. I would recommend Little Women. It took me almost a month to complete this one and almost the same amount of time to compile my thoughts about this one. And I don't think I have enough words to praise this book. This book is pure joy. It has been a simple, blissful, joyous journey for me. The book compromises no major dramas or complex strategies or of classic literature. I think it's the simplicity of the book that made it a masterpiece. Like what Natalie Babbitt said, like all magnificent things, it's very simple.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a really great book. The reason I would recommend my book to people is because this is really cool and has a great setting where the story relies on, which is a different aspect from other books, which really stood out to me and seems like a really cool thing. It also shows the diversity between sites and humans, and also how even sites can think differently and even be positive if they want to, which also kind of like shows in our real life world that bad people can always be good and maybe they're just misled and not really bad. And with that, thank you everyone for listening, and hopefully after this podcast you guys have some hint on how both of these books are and what they're about. Also, we hope you enjoyed and didn't bore you too much. Thank you again for listening.
Both of these books have much deeper meanings. Only once you read it, you will feel that way. But until then, don't try and make me grow up before my time. Just like these quotes says from Little Woman, we won't rush your time and wait until you read the book and tell us how you feel after. But for now, thank you so much for watching.